Frank, we are back for number 89 on your list. It's one of the weirdest films, in my opinion, on this whole list. It's Miracle Mile. Miracle Mile is a 1988 action drama romance thriller. I know I'm throwing a lot out there as far as genres go, but to be honest with you, I feel like this movie is almost unclassifiable genre-wise. So basically, I'm just reading all of the tags on IMDb. It was directed by Steve Jarnatt and stars Anthony Edwards, Mare Winningham, John Agar, Lou Hancock, Mykelti Williamson, Denise Crosby, Robert DoQui, O-Lan Jones, and more. In Miracle Mile, a Los Angeles musician who slept through a date with the girl of his dreams takes a chance phone call that reveals a coming nuclear Armageddon. Your thoughts on Miracle Mile are? It's next on my Netflix queue. At this time, I haven't seen it yet. Well, I think the update is that you have seen it at this point. I mean, that tweet is from, 2 years ago at this point? So I think I remember you having seen it by this point. So, and I think I remember you liking it probably more than I did. So I rewatched Miracle Mile. I have seen this film before, but I haven't seen it in a very long time, probably at least a decade. And the last time I saw it was at the New Beverly in a double feature, probably sometime in the mid 2000s, before, Quentin Tarantino took over the theater. And I don't remember hardly anything about it other than just thinking it was like kind of a strange film. And that is the biggest thing that I've come away with after rewatching it, is that it is a strange film. I think that it's probably a film that the concept was probably sounded amazing, and the execution just doesn't live up to that. I think the setup of the film is interesting up to the point where Anthony Edwards' character takes the phone call and things almost sort of go into real time at that point. Like they have a certain amount of time before the nuclear bombs are going to hit.
Nuclear. It's pronounced nuclear.
Whatever.
Nuclear.
I feel like once he takes the phone call, the film almost becomes an exercise in what can we throw at this guy? And it's just, that's the rest of the movie, is just like, here's obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. For me, that setup just kind of got a little repetitive. It's like, okay, he needs to get to Park La Brea so that he can find this girl. So he's in a van, and then he finds out the van's not going there. So then he has to jump out of the van and find another ride. And then X, Y, Z happens. To be honest with you, I just kind of lost interest in it at a point where I was just like, I get where this is going. The ending is pretty wild. Like the last 20 minutes of it is pretty wild. Like when more people in Los Angeles find out what's going on and things really start going crazy, like that gets interesting. But the majority of the film, which takes place in the middle of the night in LA and there's nothing really going on, it didn't really grab me. So, as far as Miracle Mile goes, would I recommend it? Not really. I don't think it's a particularly bad film. It just wasn't that enjoyable. I didn't hate it, but I don't love it. All right, Frank, next up on your list is number 90. It's the Burt Reynolds film White Lightning. I know nothing about this film, but after having seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I'm kind of interested in seeing it. Interested in exploring a little bit more of Burt Reynolds' career. So until next time, Frank, and anybody else who's watching, you can like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And I will talk to you in the next one.